guys, James here with UFSU University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today we're going to be doing Kitana. This one's a recommendation from JT Wanner of Jasco Games, saying he wanted to see a Kitana deck profile. So let's get into it. Okay guys, Kitana is a 6 hand size, 26 vitality character with Death, Evil, and Good. We're playing this deck under Evil. Her abilities are E, lose 1 vitality, your ranged or weapon attack gets +2 speed and +1 damage. All of our attacks will be ranged, will be weapons. And then E, once per turn, lose X vitality, discard your opponent's attack with a lose X vitality, discard your opponent's attack with a printed difficulty of X. So you just pay X equal to whatever attack they're playing, and just ditch it so you don't have to deal with it. Just take the damage they want to deal. And then Desperation E, name a card type. If your opponent attempts to block this attack with the named type, the block modifier gets +2. So like if you know they're holding attacks, and it's your turn, and you know they're holding like a Nutcracker for Breaker 2, you just, I'm calling an attack. If you block with an attack, you get +2 to your block mod. So let's get into the deck. So I was hinting at this deck on Facebook a couple of times, calling it the Highway to Hell Kitana, and this is the reason we're calling it the Highway to Hell. We're playing 4 Hellward Bound. It's a 3/5 with a 2 mid block. Its first ability is F flip. Discard 1 attack from your card pool. You will never need that. You only want to use it for the second ability, which is E remove. Your attack gets +3 speed and +6 damage. Only playable if you have at least 10 cards in your remove from game pile, and you have no cards in your discard pile. It's a very hefty cost, and it's very hard to do it. And then the way we do it, move these to the side, I guess, is let's party. We are playing a mill ourselves to win the game deck. The more cards we mill, the better we do. Let's Party is a 5/1 with a 1 low block. It's a 6 low for 6. Has Fury and Weapon, so we get speed and damage off of Kitana. The ability is discard the top 4 cards of your deck, search your deck for 1 card, add it to your hand, then remove 1 card in your hand from the game. So cool note is, anything you add with Let's Party, you don't have to show your opponent, because it's going from a private zone, your deck, to another private zone, your hand. So you don't have to show your opponent, but you still have to remember to remove a card. You can also remove the card you added, for whatever reason if you want to, for those cool tech sphere plays. So we mill 4 from our deck. We also play a bunch of mill cards in playing 4 Profane Sanctuary. The cool Negate Breaker is pretty cool, but we're playing it for the E once per turn. Both players discard the top 2 cards of their deck. It's a spam 0/5 with a 3 high block, so it covers zones. It just all around says mill our deck faster. Same thing with no surprises. It's a 0/6 with no block. E, check a 4. Your opponent discards top card of their deck. You don't care about them discarding. You just want to mill that 4. It's pretty funny. We're playing 4 Fallen Angels. We get to look at the top card of our decks after we play it. It's a spam with a 5, 2 mid block. You reveal the top card and you can discard it, or you can keep it there. We mainly use it for like really cool, get like 15 cards off the top of our deck if we're able to, turn 1, turn 2. Just like run through our deck as fast as possible. Which is also why we're playing 4 Dominion over the Earth. We mainly play this because we can't play the second ability, but we mainly play it for the R discard pile remove. After you check this card, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and then you may discard it. So a lot of times we just look at the top card, remove it, decrease the amount of cards in our deck, and then we go ahead and just get rid of the cards so we have less cards in our deck in general. Because we're milling so much for Early Awakening, after you have 1 card on the 1 copy, the idea is you get all 3 of these into your discard pile. You remove this copy, and you get to build these 3. This card says E commit, outside the first ability being E remove, add all the copies, is E commit. This attack is +1 speed for every copy in your staging area. So like commit for 1, 2, 3, commit for 1, 2, 3, commit for 1, 2, 3. So like you can basically give 1 attack 9 speed, which is nuts. To give us a little bit extra mill, we're playing 3 ISSP Execution. It's a 5/3 with the 2 high blocks, so it covers zones. It's a 3 mid for 5, has stun 2 and weapon. Its ability is E, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. This attack is 2 damage. So we basically give it +2 speed, +3 damage by milling and losing 1 with Kitana. So it basically becomes a 5 for 8, which is pretty neat. It's pretty cool. It also has the ability at Deadlock, which you won't get to very often, which is just you can add one stun or weapon attack from your discard pile and put it in your hand. But we're mainly using it as a second option to mill if we don't have Let's Party in our hand. To try and get Let's Party in our hand, we're playing 3 Race Against Time. It's a cool defensive piece that gets rid of things. It's a 3/4 with no block. Its abilities are remove after an attack is played. Remove it. Its owner may play one attack with the same printed difficulty as a removed card from their discard pile. You don't have to make a check for it. You don't have to do anything for it. It's just, I play this. Well, I'll check this, play this, remove this, and play the Let's Party. Like, that's the goal, is to play the Let's Party so we can start doing cool things. But it's also useful against, unlike your opponent, saying, I'm going to turn 1 you and play a Fatality. And you just go, remove your Fatality. Or they haven't checked any attacks yet at all. They play 1 attack, check well on it, and you just go, cool, get out of here. You haven't checked an attack, you don't get your attack. It's just cool defensive pieces. Because we do remove our own attacks with this and other things I'll get to in a second. We're playing 1 Tech Sphere. I wanted it to be 2. I couldn't find 2, and then when I played testing, it was fine at 1. So I'm going to keep it at 1. It's a charge range tech. It's the only non-weapon card in the game in our deck. But it doesn't matter because we can choose a removed card and give a weapon anyways. It's a 5/3 with a 2 mid block, 4 mid for 5. You choose 1 card, 1 attack, and you remove from game pile, and it gains all abilities, keywords, and their ratings printed on that card. So like you just name the Let's Party, and it gains Fury and Weapon, and the ability to discard the top 4 and gain anything you want. So it's pretty neat. You get it's like another copy of any card I want in my deck. Yeah, any attack. If I want an ISSP, I can get this. If I want a Let's Party, I can get this. If I want Coffee Summer, because we'll come up to this later. But to help remove some things and make Tech Sphere a little more live, we play 2 explosives. It's a good just remove 1 card and then give -1 speed and help us block, as well as just removing attacks for Tech Sphere's ability. And then 1 Coffee Samba. Same reason as Tech Sphere. I wanted to play 2, but I couldn't find any more. Tam kind of had him with him in his Scorpion deck, so I couldn't find him. But after playtesting, I was fine with it. I had 1 of. It's fine. We hit ourselves a lot with a couple other cards in our deck, and we pay life with Kitana. So like Desperation 2 is not hard to get at. It's a 5/1, so we play another 1 check. Who cares? We play a lot of spam. 2 mid block. It's a 4 mid for 5. Its abilities are draw 2. Your opponent draws 2. The draw 2 is cost for you, so like your opponent can't do anything about it. I mean, they could. The only card they can actually mess with is, I believe, Esoteric Yoga says after you draw cards, so they can do it then. And then I believe you can also do it for Mother Russia. For Mother Russia does it too, but there's nothing that negates this because it's cost. This attack, then the other ability is this attack gets multiple X and Sun X equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So like on turn 2, when your opponent holds like 2 cards, you can give them 2 more. It just has stun 4. As well as just getting, like, the main reason is it draws us 2 cards to use for our Let's Parties, as well as getting to stun our opponent's board to where we make sure our attacks go through. Because we play a lot of 1s, we're playing 4 Hell's Reach. It's a 0/5 with a 3 mid block that says play while committed, flip and ready this. So like, you commit it because you had to pass check on a 1 because you checked a 1. Then you just go, cool, I'll ready it. Nice and simple. We want to be able to pass checks. Other spam, New Empress and Netherrealm. It's a lose 3, draw a card. At Desperation, we have to look at the top card of your opponent's deck, which is also really cool. 2 Most Trusted Assassin. Just gives us the ability to look at 1 card in our opponent's hand, as well as getting to neg 1 of their checks, just to make sure we can pass it. Just to make sure they can't pass things. Because we nade ourselves so much with a couple of our foundations, we need 1 weapon that does a little bit for us as poke and as good stuff. We're playing Syndicate Slice. It's a 4/3 with a 1 mid block, 3 high for 4. Desperation 2, which is the cool part about using Kitana, gets Kitana's buff, and then your next check gets +1 to an attack, and then if it's blocked, you'll draw a card, so it replaces itself if it's blocked. If not, you dealt some poke damage. That's basically all that card's there for. Then to build a little easier, because we are playing evil, 3 Revoke, nice and simple. It's Counterspell negates things, and it lets us build one for free. We're playing 3 Outwarders to get rid of problem cards and have low blocks. 2 Face of a Monster. It's good defensively, lets us at deadlock discard a card from our opponent's hand, and lets us change the zone of our Let's Parties or other attacks. Then we're playing 1 Last of His Kind. Just good defensive as a 2 low block. It's a lose 2 to make them lose 4 damage. It basically says we take a little less damage. And the whole key is to not die as fast, so we can live to do the combo. And then, because everything's a weapon, we play 4 Steel Res. Nice and simple. The cool combo for the deck, I'll explain a little bit, is Let's Parties into Let's Parties with Hellward Bound. The main idea of the deck was supposed to be you build a few of these, if not, use Let's Party, pick this up, build it in, and then eventually you get to the point where you go Let's Party, mill, Let's Party, mill, Let's Party. And then you fill your hand with just like nothing but like Let's Parties through, and then you end on like a Steel Res and go, well, I milled my deck, I have X cards removed. I guess this is upside down. Whoops. You have X cards removed, just enough. You have nothing in our discard pile because you just got through it. And then you just go, well, I give this 3/6. 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 I'll pay the one with Kitana to give it 2/1. So this just got 11-19 in bonuses. Got 11 speed and 19 damage. That's only if you got max of them out. But like, just having like 1 or 2 just makes this lethal, because like this is a 8 for 7, 8 for 7, 8 for 7, 6 for 6. Like it just Let's Party by itself, just being able to search itself and do cool strings with Kitana. It's just good on its own, and then getting the point to where you can just use Hellward Bound is just extremely good. Well, guys, that was the deck profile. Again, shoutouts to JT from Jasco Games. If you guys want to see a deck profile, make sure to leave a comment down below. JT's now gave us 2. I really enjoy his. His are really unique and fun. I enjoy actually all of them, but like his are a lot more fun. You guys need to step up your game. I'm like, somebody gave us this one. I'm sorry I don't have your name. I'm going to put your name right here. Gave us a challenge to do Sublimating Blade Runica. And I built that, and I'm going to be testing that this week, and it's just going to be really fun. I'm excited for that one. That one seems really cool. But that one's also unique and cool. I got a Rimless Fire deck I have to test out, which is also really cool. If you guys want to support us, go to patreon.com/UFSU University. If you want to check out the rest of our content, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Our TCG player is up. It has 7th Cross stuff. If you're looking for some 7th Cross and some of the stuff you don't have, maybe we have it. Go ahead and check it out. TCG University on TCG Player. And as always, guys, stay lit.